So I'm live now. Okay, I'm live now, y'all. Hey, 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 hey. I'm on Stream Yard now. So I'm bored this Sunday. So I decided that I want to watch tiny home content because I love tiny home. So let's start watching this tiny home episode. Um, hold on. Okay. So I got this full screen. Anyways, this is called She's Retired and Downsized into a 399 square foot tiny home in Texas. And the YouTube channel is Tiny Home Tours. I love. Let's subscribe because I thought I was subscribed to this channel. But, anyways, I love this channel and I love watching tiny homes because they just be so cute and I just love to look at them. I always wanted to buy land and put different tiny homes to help, the homeless with housing. I think that would be the greatest idea ever. I always want to do that. So, God willing, maybe I can do that. But yeah, so let's get to watching this episode. Uh I'm excited. All right, hold on. Let's press play.
Hi, I'm Brandy Beverly. Welcome to my tiny house.
Okay, Brandy.
Been here since January. Still fitting myself into this house and getting used to the lifestyle. Working name for my house is Tiny Tumble.
Oh,
It's a tumbleweed model and from Platinum Cottages. And I don't know, I fell in love with it as soon as I looked inside the windows. So come on in, let's take a look.
All right. Ooh, I like the outside. It's so cute. It looks like a little cozy house. Oh my God, look how cute it is on the inside. Okay, the kitchen.
Welcome
All
inside
right.
to the Tiny Tumble. I love this space. I've got 13-foot ceilings, curtains that go all the way up to the ceiling, make it feel really open and bright to me. The original model came with a fireplace.
Okay.
So over here where I have built the shelves would have been a fireplace, but I needed books. I've gone from a whole library room in my old house to just a few particular books. One of the things about tinies is you don't have much wall space.
Sure
and
don't.
I am the daughter and sister of artists who work in large formats. So I don't have any place to hang paintings, which is a challenge and a bit of a loss. But I do have one wall that represents some of the work. They're smaller pieces. My favorite part of this room, despite its size, is my orange recliner. Never had a recliner, said I would never have one, sat in it and fell in love with it. So it angles me up to the television that's up here. So
I used to have a
that's
TV
nice.
set in my dorm.
And I'm able to do work from my laptop.
A lot of years ago.
Spend a lot of time in here. And I like the light. Just love the light. All right, welcome to my kitchen. This has been a labor of love. I bought the tiny without countertops because they didn't offer the silestone that I wanted. So the house came in and I had 6 more weeks to get countertops in. This island came with no countertop either. So I bought butcher block, stained it, added a drop leaf, and it's become a really functional piece for me. It's large, has a lot of storage inside, great drawers. But the main thing is when I bring up that leaf, I can cut out patterns for sewing. I can serve dinner. It's just a really nice workable space. I also went through and made some changes to the cabinets. I took out the stiles and cut the stiles out and attached them to the doors so I could do pull-out shelves. And I'm a person who loves to cook, and I'm not quite yet ready to make the adjustment to just buying only for what's going to be cooked this week. I like to know that I can cook anything at any time. So that's a little bit more of my processing that has to be done. I love the tile. When I first looked at it in this house, it's since become a bit busy. So I've been working to simplify what goes on the shelves just to keep that noise down a little bit. I did go for full-size oven and stovetop, microwave. I went without a dishwasher, but I really needed the cabinet space. These cabinets are fairly well made. They're nice drawers that are very ample, but this space would be better served if it was a cabinet, in my mind. There's just a lot of stuff out here, but that's cool. I have a farm sink, which has all sorts of amazing gadgets that go along with it. We have community gardens here, and this time of year we have a lot of greens. So I'm harvesting mustard and greens and collards and kale and filling the sink up a couple times a week. And it's really nice to work with. That's the first time I've had just a single sink. And great if you're having to hand wash things all the time. Full-size refrigerator, important to me. It still feels small, but making it work. And it does have the indoor ice and water, which is really, I like that. The refrigerator is full size, supposedly, but the shelves don't adjust. I did discover after purchasing that all of the appliances that were in the house were discontinued models. So they were warranted, but there was probably a reason they were discontinued.
Just some raggedy,
very subtle design flaws.
Yep. I like this little tiny house she got. All right, hold on, y'all.
Oh, I'm
we're gonna skip it. Okay. This little tiny home is so cozy.
So I was living in Houston. I had my 1,700 square foot house that I had already downsized into and had gutted and renovated, and it was fabulous. And COVID hit, and I stopped working and just got crazy and decided to act on my gut, and my gut told me to come buy a tiny house. My tiny house is not on a piece of land. It's in a community. And that was very appealing to me. Another reason to go tiny for me was that I knew I'd be traveling a lot, and I needed to not have a place that required a lot of maintenance. I needed to be able to just get up and go. I also liked the idea of saving money. This is a much more affordable lifestyle. It's less, the utilities are much lower. Obviously, they're less expensive than your standard house, brick and mortar kind of house. But it was, for me, something I've just wanted to do for so long. I couldn't do this with no family. And I wanted, while I was young enough to do the tiny house and have the multiple floors, I wanted to be able to do that. And
I wonder if they got a tiny house where like
it's just a very peaceful place.
The lower level. I mean, I guess that would be like more of like a
washer dryer combo here.
Manufactured home.
Must have. I wish it was a little bigger, but I've gotten used to it. I no longer have a laundry hamper. I just throw things straight into the wash. And I mix things that I never thought I would mix before, and it's all okay. I did have some dead space up here with no shelves, so I just did my best, made a little curtain and hide that stuff. Someday there'll be more elegant solution for that. But these are great. They are interesting in that they're not vented. The dryer is not vented, so you have water collects in here, and you have to take that out and remove it pretty often. Okay. But other than that, they work fine. They're just tiny. So this is my bathroom. This room is probably one of the better designed rooms in the house. There is completely adequate storage with these upper cabinets, 3 drawers, and then all the towels can go under the sink. This too was custom. I put in an extra large sink just because I spent a lot of time here, and I added a medicine cabinet.
Oh.
I do have a little wall space in here for some artwork, which is nice. Nobody gets to see it but me.
This green fruit, which can be found in any supermarket, is 10
They know
times
that
stronger
pussy
than
ain't even
Viagra
really
or
talk.
any other medicine.
They need to
After my
stop
husband
it. They
David
need to
found this
stop
out,
it.
our sex
Killing
life
people content.
Tile shower, ceramic tile,
Let that get on y'all
good
nerves.
size.
Ooh,
Again, the
you
tile's a
talk
bit
so
busy.
I got a gripe. Don't y'all hate them advertisements? They be stealing people's content and then doing different voiceovers on it, and you know that ain't them. That's weird to me. I don't know why these companies do that, but let's get back to this tiny house. All right. So far, it's cute. I like it. It's really cute. It's perfect for one person. It's just, I think if you by yourself, or you single, you by yourself, you don't have no children, get you a tiny house. Save yourself some money.
So we're ready to do it again. I might change that, but it has a part of the ceiling that goes up,
Oh,
so
she
you
got a
don't feel
pool
quite so
shower.
cramped because the
This is
ceilings,
the biggest
I'm under a
bathroom
loft
in the
here,
tiny
so
house
the
I've
ceiling is,
seen.
I believe, 79 inches
Okay,
and
so this
a little
is
bit lower
my
than
tiny house.
average.
I done watched a
I
lot.
didn't get the laminate countertops. Had I gotten the laminate, they would have had something called a banjo shelf, which I really didn't like, and that was going all the way over in one curved piece. So I told them just to cut the cabinets off here, and we put in matching shelves that coordinate with the rest of the house. There are 2 doors
It's
to the
cute though. It
bathroom.
works.
The one that heads straight out to the living room, and then there's a door that heads out into my bedroom / craft room. And in retrospect, and if I'd known that it was a possibility to eliminate one of those doors, I probably would have, because that's valuable wall space and someplace I could have hung a painting or had a closet. Welcome to the bedroom / craft room. I am not using it as a bedroom right now. Someday I probably will, but it easily fits a queen size bed.
Where are you sleeping
And
at?
I've been told a king size bed.
Girl, where is you sleeping?
I have still not skinnied down my clothes and my shoes near as much as I need to. So there's a lot of space in here dedicated to those items. And I also like to craft and paint. So I have quite a bit of storage room for all those items that are needed. I have 2 mini splits in the house, one in this room and then one up on the 2nd floor. So this room could be completely closed off and just use one, which would be nice eventually. This model came with a closet that had a barn door on it, but having a barn door here that closes over here and not being able to reach into a closet, it was just not workable. So I asked them to eliminate the closet and just did a wall system myself. And so that works pretty well for me. I have the control to my water heater over here. I have a tankless water heater, and that is really nice. Pretty much hot water on demand. Doesn't get very hot, but it's just fine. Again, get used to things. I have room for a desk. When people come to visit, this desk pushes against the wall, and there in my closet is a bed that just magically opens up on legs, and it's a full-size bed for my guests. So that is a good thing to have. One thing about a tiny is you don't have near as many people over. Can't entertain quite as much as I used to. You'd like to have friends come up for the weekend, but there's really not a lot of place for people to stay. So that's one of the little downsides. Over here, I made myself another shoe area. So just a matching shelf to that was in the craft room, and just made some curtains to go over. And I can shove a bunch of shoes in there, which is great. This is a pretty good multifunction room. It also leads out onto the back deck, which is
where's her bed?
one of my favorite places to be.
See, I'm not even paying attention. I don't even know if she told her room.
when I first bought
Got a
this
whole
place,
full
I
bag.
had already purchased another place in Houston and had packed according to the size of that place. So moving was a big mess. There's been a lot of purging on the fly, and I still do have a storeroom, but that is coming along nicely. I can now walk into it and access things. So my goal is to get rid of that. I never wanted to have a storeroom in my life. It's a real process, and it's one that you need to be gentle with yourself and forgiving, that it's not where you want it to be as quickly as you want it to be. It's hard to just see yourself giving away things monetarily that you're like, that was $100, that was $100, that was $100. And so you're kind of a little nauseated by that. But on the other hand, you're learning that you don't need to be spending that money.
Right.
You're just living more simply. If something comes in, something has to go out. And in this community, I don't have to worry about dressing to go out to dinner all the time. It's just very casual, really laid back. So that's helpful. But it is certainly a process to right size your house for a tiny house. I want to live in this house, in this tiny, as long as possible. But this is not very ADA friendly. I have Parkinson's disease. So there will come a point where stairs may be an issue.
Yeah.
Wheelchair may be needed, things like that. So I'm hopeful that I'll have many years here. But we'll see.
I hope
Stacked
you
in
do.
boxes filled with moments once cherished. Where do these older home movies belong today?
It's so beautiful. I love like everything about this tiny home. It's gorgeous. That's where she's
Just like many of the newer tiny homes,
Okay.
the stairs have storage built into them, which is really handy.
So hers is
Nice to
more
have
like
it close at hand. I have my kitchen stuff all here and in order of how often I need them. We are now up in my loft. This is a very peaceful place for me. I love the windows on either side, east, west. I wake up with the sunrise in the morning and it's just right on the same level as my bed, which is great. It's a little challenging changing sheets and moving around, but for now I can do it. This is a queen size bed. The room is actually set up more for 2 twin beds, the way they have the lamps affixed to the wall, the sconces. But I really like being back in this little nook. I have space to do my yoga in the morning. I stay up here for about 30-40 minutes after I've woken up every morning, and just it's a peaceful time. I usually wake up with sunrise, so this is a great spot for me, and I'm hoping that I can continue to live up in the loft for a long time. So I do have some more storage up here. I would love to get rid of some of it, but it's the bedding, it's some extra purses, and these white IKEA scubs in the corner hidden back in here. And I just added this shelf so I could stuff some more things under here. So each one has a job. One's bathroom overages, one is kitchen stuff. So they all have a job. One thing I would change would be the position of the fire alarm, which is right over my bed. I like to stretch in bed and kick that thing a little too often. But it's nice to have it blinking right over my head so I know it's working all times. So we're out on my back porch now. This is a southern exposure.
Okay, so it's got a back porch.
And it's actually where I access my parking. Many people think it's the front, but the way our homes are oriented,
So she
the
is in a
farm side is
community,
considered
tiny
the
home
front
community.
door. So for all my feng shui, this is the back door.
I love this though. It's
I had
nice.
mentioned that I need a lot of storage. These cabinets are very handy for all my kitchen stuff
Yeah.
and gardening and toolboxes. I'm a handy person. I could not give up all my tools. I've donated many, but I still have all the clamps and the this and that I may need to do projects, and it does come in handy. I still do a lot. I like to mess with things. On this side, I have my couch. I spend a lot of time out here reading.
I love this tiny home.
This was my old patio furniture. I've given away 2 chairs to neighbors because it was a bit much back here. It's the most comfortable. I bought the nice fancy stuff for the front porch. It's not near as comfortable. So this is where I come. And it's interesting
It's so
in our community.
cozy.
Back door, there's a lot of activity here, but people treat this as private space. If you're on the front porch, people feel free to say hi, stop by, chat. So this is my more private space, even though it's open. So this is the front porch.
She got this set up.
It's 10 feet deep and 15 feet wide, so I have a lot of room for furniture here.
Oh, it's
Plenty
got a
of room
little
for plants.
yard.
I did add the curtains for a little bit of
I would
privacy.
love to own
and
a little
wind
tiny
block.
community.
It's very gusty here.
This is
So on this side of the
cute.
porch, I have a table that
I
seats
love
8 pretty
I
comfortably.
love it.
So
You can entertain them right
during the times of
there.
year when it's comfortable outside, I get folks out here.
Yeah.
I did buy the IKEA really inexpensive little stools that I can stack. They've come in handy. I use one as a shower stool. This is my 1950s tilt-a-wheel panel that has gone with me through several houses, and it just fits the tiny perfectly. I come out here and read most mornings and serve food out here for my neighbors. I like to cook for folks and let them just come by and pick up food and take home. They bring their own bowls. And so it's all served out here. And it's just really a nice, welcoming
It's a nice space to entertain,
we have a lot of fun
right?
out
So they
here.
ain't got to come
So
to your
this is the
house.
view from my porch and from my orange recliner. I love it. This is an organic farm
Tiny
just
homes
over
be
this
good
fence
to-
line.
to
And
just relaxing. I need to stay
they
in one like
recently had
forever.
tomatoes and peppers. It was just lovely. And we volunteer at the farm, so that's very nice. During Snowmageddon, this was just beautiful snow, 6 inches of snow out here. It was really lovely. This is the whole reason for the season, the farm. It just has brought together a group of people who are like-minded when it comes to the way we grow our food, the way we eat, the way we live. So a tight-knit community. We have our own community gardens, and we grow our own food together, separate and apart from the working farm. And it's just a really nice way to live.
So peaceful.
Getting all your daily nutrients is hard. work.
goodness
But
commercials.
nutrition gaps in your diet are inevitable.
This is beautiful. I love it. That front porch, so beautiful.
So
Nice view.
I retired
Okay.
early in COVID, January, the year COVID hit. And so I'm trying to figure out what to do with my time. I enjoy crafting, but I mostly love to travel. And traveling gives you an excuse not to get involved in a hobby. So I have a lot of interests, and the more I'm home, the more I make this place my home, the more the creative juices flow. I'm building up an inventory of necklaces right now to sell at a craft fair. I never would have thought I would have done that. But it's really fun, and it's a nice outlet, and it's a good thing to do with a tiny. I do a lot of cooking. I love to cook. Nothing makes me happier than feeding people. So I feed my neighbors. I regularly have folks come and grab food, and it makes me happy. I do want to thank you for coming. It's been
We
nice to go through the process of reflecting on what I like and what I don't like about tiny living, what makes me happy about it, the things that I mourn, like losing artwork or space for artwork, things like that. But it's been a great experience. It feels like I'm official now. So that's great.
Oh man, y'all. I love this episode of the Tiny Home. I think this was one of my faves. I liked it. She had a beautiful tiny home. So beautiful. All right, y'all. So we're gonna stop sharing. What the heck? Oh. Anyways, wish I thought about that. I think that episode was just really nice. You know what? Tiny homes just make living more simpler. That's why I enjoy looking at tiny home content, because I'm pretty much a simple person, and I think it would just be so great to live in a tiny home. Like, they're small, but it helps you to eliminate so much clutter that you have in life. And that's how I look at tiny homes. Like, you can't have so much stuff because it's so small. So it helps you declutter and to simplify your life. So that's what I like about tiny homes. But I'm not gonna be live streaming all day. May come back a little later. But I just want to watch an episode of a tiny home, and we're watching more episodes of tiny homes, on tiny home tours, because they have so many tiny home episodes. And I love their channel. Go subscribe to them, because if you like tiny homes like I do, you will enjoy watching their channel. All right, that is it. That is all. I just wanted to test this StreamYard, because I just signed up for this, and I'm trying to, see how. I got my mic too. Y'all heard it. I hope I sound good. But I just trying to see how my streaming would look on here. And then also I still have to get one more thing for me to stream on my Sony ZV-1 camera. So I'll be doing that soon when it's time to do movie night. I don't know if I'm going to start. Yeah, I'm going to start movie night probably in a couple weeks. Maybe in like 2 weeks or a week or so. We'll start movie night. Do one movie a week or something. Watch a movie a week on YouTube, because YouTube got so many movies. And if you like to watch and talk throughout the movies, then that's what I'm going to be doing, because I'm going to give commentary throughout the movies. So if you don't like that, you don't like people talking through movies, don't even watch, okay? Don't even watch, because I'm going to talk through the movie, just like I talked through this episode. So if you don't like that, don't even click on it, all right? Well, that's it. That's all. Peace. Bye-bye.